today's class we will see about pharmacology. Pharmacology is a science, like how is the nursing as a science we are dealing. So pharmacology also dealing with the drugs and their natural actions, and also mechanism of action and pharmacokinetics. Pharmacokinetics means how the drug is being absorbed, how the drugs has been excreted, and also the therapeutic uses, which disease it is curing, and its preparation and administration. The detail they are studying. So it is called the science that deals with the drugs and their natural actions, mechanism of action, pharmacokinetics, therapeutics, and other uses. Also preparation and administration of the drugs. So this is the science that deals with the interaction of the drugs with the living organisms. Why living organisms? Plants also we are putting some sprays so that the plant is dying, it can be saved. So what is drugs? The drugs, where it is coming? Drug is the chemical substances that shows them physiological activity, act upon our systems. So this pharmacology is deals with various field, that's called the types of pharmacology or the scope of pharmacology. So what do you, the scope means, if they are doing D form, B form, M form and PhD in pharmacology, they can take any one of the type, they can become an expert. Where they get the job? They may get job in, not only in a pharmacy they can open, and they also work in a drug companies, and they work in a clinical trials, and any of the field these specialized people can work. That's called the scope of pharmacology. In a nursing, what is the question they may ask? Either the scope they will ask, otherwise they will ask what is the types of pharmacology. So as the nurses should have a knowledge about what are all the different types and the scope of pharmacology. Who is studying, how the drugs has been prepared. In this class we will see what are all the different types of pharmacology, what they are dealing. For example, first one, if you take, this is called the clinical pharmacology. It is developed in 19th century. It was focusing on the natural substances. What is called natural substances? Today the natural substances are today's concern about the molecular biology, chemistry, genetics and preventive care, etc. So the natural substances, that means they are telling that food as a medicine. You take cinnamon seed, it will be this one. Cinnamon powder, it will be reduce your cholesterol. Like that it was started in the 19th century. Understand? Then is neuropharmacology. This is the neuropharmacology. This is the science, the study which is deals with how the medicine is acting upon the central and peripheral nervous system, how it is affecting the functions. Is it curing or it has got a side effects? Then psychopharmacology or the behavioral pharmacology. That is called the antipsychotic drugs, antidepressants, nicotine, cocaine and another kind of a drugs has been administered, and how it is affect, what is the behavioral changes, how it is vary from the one individual to the another individual. Next, if you see cardiovascular pharmacology, this is a drug study about drugs about the entire cardiovascular system, including the heart and blood vessels, how the drugs are acting upon. What is the atrovent, what is this one, atrovastin, how these drugs are this one, what are the side effects it's happening. And then pharmacogenetics. What is genes? Everybody, the DNA is made up of the gene. Gene is made up of adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. So what is this gives rise? There is a different genetical variations. So this pharmacogenetics are studying about how the drugs affect upon the genetical variation. You know that some of the genetic disorders are coming. How these drugs can help to modify the genetical modification, how to modify the genetical makeup. Genes or DNA is made up of adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. How it makes its variation. Understand? So that's called pharmacogenetics. Next, if you see pharmacogenomics, like genome, again you can say application of the genome, genes, like the alteration in the gene. So this adenine, cyanine, cytosinins, this one is the construction of the gene. So this pharmacogenomics, what modification it is doing, they will be studying in about detail is called the pharmacogenomics. Pharmacoepidemiology. You know what is epidemiology? Epidemiology is a study of distribution and determinants of the diseases in a particular population and application of this study to control the disease in the total population. So, pharmacoepidemiology study about the effect of drugs in the population. If a particular population, the drug is more effective, then this epidemiologist will apply these drugs into, for example, like we are telling that anemia is the root cause of the problem. Of our epidemiologists are saying that anemia is the root cause of the problem in a community problem. For example, they may prepare some drugs about that iron drugs, or they will think that worm infestation only it is causing the anemia, so they have to prepare the worm infestation. So these kind of the anemic drugs and worm infestation drugs must be applied throughout the population. It is not like a cardiovascular people. So it may be the population, maybe the school children population, maybe the community population, maybe the college students whom the anemia is going to affect, how they are going to implement the anemia control program. So these drugs has to be studied in a various clinical trial by the help of the epidemiologist. So that people is called the pharmacoepidemiologist. Epidemiologist who is working upon the particular drugs, how its effect on the population. Correct or not? If you take anemia, some of the syrup we are giving, it will reach your goal. If you drink that anemic syrup, the patient's anemia will be get cured, but the discoloration of the teeth is very bad. So how the side effect, what is the intensity of the side effect, they will be studying. That's called pharmacoepidemiology. Yes, next is the system pharmacology. It's nothing but the application of the system biological principles to the field of pharmacology. Like we have a system, how these affecting the systems in our body. There we have a different 10 systems, how it is interacting with the biological system in our body. Toxicology. Toxicology is nothing but the study of the adverse effect of the drugs, because the drug is made up of the chemical substances. So the chemical substances, how it does affecting the drugs, how you can reduce this this one, that will be studying by the osology. Osology is this will be studying how much the medicine has to be given, how it is called overdose, what is the dosage of the medicine, what are all the various factors influencing the age. With the age, how much you have to give, weight, the weight, how much you have to give, with the sex, how you have to determine, what are all the different determinants of administration of the different drugs, dyes, so dose, route, everything they will be studying. That's that main purpose of this psychology, to prevent the toxicity of the drugs is called this one. What is the theoretical pharmacology? The theoretical pharmacology is nothing but the main aim of this is predicting the biological activity of the new drugs and conducting the various research and more clinical trials upon the various new medications. 2 trial method or 3 trial clinical method, first stage, second stage, third stage. It's a systematic clinical trial they will be doing it. So so naturally you should know about this, who can work in that scientist. Pharmacology, when they are studying, they are called the scientists. They can do their degree and they can go. Pharmacognosy. Pharmacognosy, it's a study of property of the natural product that may have the medicinal effects. Example, search for the new drugs. Where they search? Some people you might have heard, one time they were all killing one kind of a monkey. They were telling, why you are killing this kind of a monkey? They tell that we are killing the monkey because this monkey's liver, if you are eating, it is curing some of the infections. So is it true or not? Some people are killing the monkeys. So what these studies are telling, this some natural products, what's like sometimes medicinal plants will be available, sometimes as like monkeys, like many animals, and sometimes microorganisms, right or not? So these microorganisms all will be have some health effects upon some diseases. So who will do the research? So this whom they are doing they are studying about those particular area of this one is called the pharmacognosy. So they are continuously doing research upon the plants and other things. What is called environmental pharmacology? Environmental pharmacology is understanding the how the gene and the environmental interaction. For example, my daughter will be telling, she is traveling from the one state to the another state, Tamil Nadu to the. So always she is telling, no, when I go there, my periods is getting altered. She will be going sometimes in Bangalore, sometimes to the Andhra. Total territory, total environment changing. So I tell them, don't take any medicines. You wait for sometimes, because of the environment, your gene will be altered or interactions will be altered. So this may be the toxin in the environment may affect our health. So the various things. So they are studying detail about understand the gene and the environmental interaction. For example, drug and the environmental interaction, and toxin and the environmental interactions, and to prevent the environment illegal drugs, etc. So today's class we have seen about different types of pharmacology or the scope of pharmacology. So even a 2 mark question that is coming, you can answer it. what is oncology, what is pharmacological epidemiology, what is the system pharmacology, what is pharmacogenomics, what is pharmacogenetics. You can answer this. Thank you. What is the application of pharmacology? Pharmacology to discover the new medicine, to develop the herbal medicines, and also to preserve the traditional medicine and conservation of the medicinal plants. So this is about the application of pharmacology. Thank you.